Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another great Money Talk. If you guys are ready to have a good time, just hit me with that green button if you're ready to learn today, because like I promised today, we're going to talk about some retirement plans, right? So if you're ready to learn about your 401ks, your 403bs, your IRAs, your SEP IRAs, if you're ready to learn about these things, hit me with some green real quick in your participant section and let me know if you're ready to learn, because I'm ready to teach. I'm ready to bring you that understanding that we all need, so that way we could all go off and do great things with our information and the knowledge that we have. So, I just want to give a big shout out to you guys. And once again, always in a position to where we could learn and, understand more about finance, because it's important that we do learn about finance, and it's important that we do know how to win the money game, because winning this money game is really, and I mean really, really important for us to do so. And if we don't learn how to win the money game, then how are we going to get to the money, right? So first, it's been a while since we did our affirmations. So let's do some affirmations real quick. I want you guys to say with me, I am wealthy, right? One more time. I am wealthy. All right. I want you guys to say, I am smart. Come on, say it with me now. I am smart, right? I want you guys to say that I am enough, right? Say, I am enough, all right? I want you guys to remember these words, all right? You are smart, you are enough, and you're wealthy, all right? Even if you don't have it yet, you got to speak about it as if you already have it. And if you speak about wealth as if you already have wealth, guess what? You attract what you speak about. You will attract what you speak about. So my question to you is, are you attracting what you want, right? You got to attract what you want. So first thing first, let's break it all down, right? Now, in the Saving Your Future book, guys, on page 68, right? On page 68, it talks about retirement plans. And one of the things that you must learn about retirement plans is that there's two kinds of retirement plans, all right? There's two types of retirement plans, guys, and we got to know the difference between the two. You see, the two types of retirement plans that are there are, there's something called a defined benefit plan, but there's also something called a defined contribution plan as well. So two different kind of plans. It's very simple for you to know. Retirement plan is either a defined contribution or it's a defined benefit plan. It's nothing complicated. It's nothing hard. It's nothing over the top to remember. It's simple, something so simple, so easy. It is so clear, right? And because of this, if we learn the difference between the two, we could be in a better position to keep winning the money game. Guys, winning the money game is truly, and I mean truly, something that is, it's not hard. It's just that we must learn how to do it, right? We got to learn how to do it. So here's the thing. Let's talk about a defined benefit plan, right? We got to know what is a defined benefit plan. Now, a defined benefit plan is known as a pension, right? It is known as a pension. Now, many of you probably heard of a pension, or some of you may have a pension, but not every one of you on this call may have a pension. And if you do, kudos to you, because that's a good thing. But many Americans today don't have a pension. Now, what is a pension? How does a pension work? A pension works like this. What the pension is saying that based upon the years that you work for this particular company and based upon your salary level that you have gained throughout this company, and as you come time to retire, this will determine how much you will receive during your retirement, right? So based upon the hours, so this is how you determine what your pension will be. It is based upon the amount of years that you work for the company and where your salary level is. And that determines how much the company will give you for a pension. Now, here's another thing about a pension, guys. The other thing about a pension is the fact that, this money will pay you until you die, right? A pension is money that you'll get until you die. And even sometimes when you die, they still continue paying it to your beneficiary, right? How cool would that be, guys? For you guys to still continue receiving a pension, even, and listen to me, even if your spouse passed away, you'll be getting money still. Now, that's a good thing. And that is a great deal. So, the other thing that we want to talk about as well is the fact that with this pension now, with the pension, what's going on with the pension? The thing that's going on with the pension is the fact that a lot of companies moving away from it. It's moving away from it. Why? Because it's very expensive for a lot of companies to run a pension. It is very, very expensive for a lot of companies to run a pension program for you. And one of the main reasons why is because, yes, if you didn't guess it yet, I'm going to tell you the answer. It's because you're living too long. It's because you're living too long. That's why most of you guys don't have a pension. But think about the days, back in the days where your mom, your grandparents, your grandparents' parents, they come in a time where they had a pension, right? They come from the era of the pension era. But why is it that we don't have a pension today? It's because the pension is supposed to guarantee you income until you die. But if you remember back in the days, people didn't live to age 100. People didn't live past 65. As a matter of fact, I could prove that to you. Let me give you some life expectancy of people based upon the years. You ready for this? Right? Because, you know, when we hear these numbers, we must be like, wow, I didn't know this. Look at this. Let me start from the 1850s. The 1850s, people were living up to age 38 years old. In the 1900s, it was 48. 1930 was 59. 1960 was 67. 1990 was 72. 2011 is now 76. So back in those days, when the pension was going on in the 1930s, right? Let's talk about the pension era in 1930s. People were only living up until age 59. And what was the retirement age back then? 60, 65. So a lot of people didn't live long enough to even enjoy their retirement, right? They weren't living that long. Now, just in 2011, now the life expectancy for someone is 85, right? The life expectancy for someone is 85 now because people are living longer due to technology. So because of this, companies said, man, people are living way too long. This pension thing is going to make most companies go bankrupt, right? Because think about it. Did you know over 10,000 baby boomers turn 65 every day, and this will go on up onto the year 2035 or 37, one of those years. Imagine that. 10,000 baby boomers turn 65 every day, right? So the pension program was something that was becoming very hard to keep up with. So now let's talk about what happened. Now, it was 1978. 1978. A gentleman by the name of Ted Benna, Tedbenna, Ted Benna, discovered the tax code 400. All right, he discovered this tax code. But one of the things that I also want to tell you is that he didn't just discover this tax code, but he also, and I want you to listen to me very clearly, when it was done, a lot of people also took advantage, right? And when I say a lot of people, I'm talking about corporations now, companies. A lot of companies took advantage of this tax code and now give you what is known as a defined contribution plan. Did you hear what I say to you? Your defined contribution plan is nothing more than a tax code. Your retirement plan is nothing more than a tax code. It's not a retirement plan. It's a tax code. It's a tax code that was discovered in 1978. And because of this, When Ted Bennett discovered this tax code and created what's called a deferred, and guys, he talks about this in his own biography when he did it. One of the things that I would say that I love that he did admit in his biography, he said he never planned, his intention was never to have the defined contribution plan replace the pension program. That was never his intention. The reason why he put together this plan, right? The reason why he put together this plan, it was due to the fact that there was companies that had pension programs, and there was people that wanted to have access to money for emergency fund. They didn't mind paying that 10% penalty and tax just to have access to more money if, God forbid, something happens, right? But guys, like every great thing that was meant to help supplement us, well, then just took to a whole nother level and became something permanent when it should have been a supplement. So your 401k plan became, it was originally supposed to be a supplement added to your three-legged stool. So the three-legged stool concept, right? We have all heard of this before. If you've never heard of it before, and I really want to, you know, I normally go dive into stuff, but I want to get you guys to understand this. The three-legged stool concept was the idea that you should have income coming in from Social Security, your company pension, and your personal savings. And on top of that, you would also have your defined contribution plan, your 401k, 403b, for whatever. It would have been 4 sources of income that should have been coming into you during retirement. But what happened to us? They said, to hell with the pension plan, that's gone. Social Security will be exhausted in 2037. Go look on their website. They tell you that. Your personal savings. How many of you feel like your personal savings is any savings that you can depend on in your retirement? And then your 401k? Oh man, let me dive into that for you now. Let me dive into your 401ks, your 403b. Hey, if you have a friend that think that their 401k is the best, and I love when you guys love to cut. You know, one of the things that I know people are going to listen to this later on. And let me tell you guys something, because I know what you guys are going to hit me with. Because you guys love to hit me with this. Well, Keyon, what about the dollar cost average? Dollar cost average, Keyon, where you could buy shares in a downside and later on the years will come back. Okay, my question to you is, this is not for you listeners. This is for the people that will listen afterwards. I'm talking to the I like to call them the technical folks. This is my question to you, if that's what you think about dollar cost averaging. My question to you is, when there's a down market at the time when you retire, do you care about dollar cost averaging? When you're 65 in 2001 and the market dropped more than 40%, are you going to say, oh, I could buy more shares for cheap and wait for the bounce back in 2009? Is that going to be you? Or you wanted to retire at your 65, at 2001, versus had to wait another 8 more years. 8 more years on your 65, you're now 73. So don't come to me with your dollar cost averaging crap. That don't make no sense. You're just saying that to justify yourself because a loss is a loss. Don't tell me about I could buy more shares and get a bigger bounce back later on when the years come back. And then what happened when 2009 happened again? Then what? So, like I said, this is not for you guys that are here today. Those are for the listeners, the technical folks. Think about those questions when you re-listen to this. So, let's talk about your 401k plan and how they work. Because there's a lot of retirement plan that people float around. So, defined contribution plan, right, is normally known not by their retirement plan, but they're known by their IRS tax code. And that IRS tax code is 401ks, 403bs, 457s. These are all tax codes. All tax codes. How many of you guys on here knew that? How many of you know that that wasn't a retirement plan? It's a tax code, right? It's not a retirement plan. It's a tax code. So every time you hear someone say, oh, I have a retirement plan, 401, it's not a retirement plan. It's a tax code. Anything could be a retirement plan, guys. Anything. If you have $1 million saved up in your savings account, isn't that a retirement plan? If you have $10 million in your stocks, isn't that a retirement plan if it's paying out a dividend? So stop using this word retirement plan. Oh, I'm good. I already got my retirement plan. Do you now? Life insurance can be used as a retirement supplement. This is why I know people don't learn, they don't know money. They don't understand finance. So to me, when I hear it inside of me, I'm cringing a little bit because I realize that you're not educated. Nothing against you. I'm just saying, stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Because after a while, that Kool-Aid gonna give you diabetes. It's gonna give you diabetes. Here's the thing. With a defined contribution plan, guys, it allowed the employee, listen to this, it allowed the employee to make pre-tax contribution. If you remember what tax is, remember we talk about this on taxes. What does pre-tax mean? Pre-tax means that you didn't pay taxes yet on that money, right? So you can make pre-tax contributions, right, to their own retirement plan. Now, it says that your employer may make matching contribution. May, don't have to, may make matching contributions. Now, you may think, oh, my company's giving me money. I love when people hit me with that company match. It's free money. It's free money. Really? It's free money? The only time the money becomes free is if you're not contributing to it. Well, can I match what my company put in? You think you're doing something good for yourself. I love when people hit me with that. I know it's very controversial because I know the line gonna go red, green after this because people are like, no, Keyon, the company match, I get a match, and I could take a loan from my thing, and I take a loan from myself. I wish I had more time on this morning to really dive into this thing. If you really want me to flip your head upside down, if I break down your 401k plan, I'm trying to keep it surface level. You see, the thing that you got to understand is this, guys. Your company matching has nothing to do with they like you, or they think what's best for you, or they care about your future. Because I'll tell you, if I have a corporation and I have a few employees, I'm going to go to my CPA and I'm going to tell them to give each one of them a 401k plan. And by me enrolling each one of them in this 401k plan, and I'm going to tell them that, hey, my company make $1 billion a year. I need some way to lower my tax advantages or my taxes. So I'm going to give you that defined contribution plan where you got to contribute to it. I give you some matching. And guess what? For every time I enroll you into this vehicle and I'm matching you a certain percentage, my company get a tax break because I'm participating in the retirement program. Don't believe me? Go to creditkarma.com. Act like you're going to file like a 1099. Go into the Schedule C section and you will see it for yourself. How is that? But it gets better. Many of you think that your employer is the person that owns your 401k plan. No, they don't. Stop calling HR. They're just as clueless as many of us are. I love when people go to their HR department and think that they know finance. You think your HR know finance. Your HR is just as crazy as you thinking about the market when the market crashing. Oh my God, I'm losing money. And then you call her. You call your HR, be like, hey, what am I supposed to do? She's like, Here's the number. You call these people. They give you a number to go call. Am I lying? Because that's when you realize that your company was nothing but a plan sponsor. They just sponsor you the plan. Why you think you can't move that money while you're still employed with them? It's because it's in the contract, and it's a contract that is put together by the administrators that's administering the investment. So if you look at it, who's running your 401ks? Well, it could be a mutual fund company, it could be a brokerage firm, it could be an insurance company. Guys, your company have to make sure that they hold a certain amount of people inside the program with the company. And if the company is actually managing this pool of money to make sure that everybody's portfolio could grow, that's why you pay a management fee. Man, I feel like I'm snitching on the financial industry this morning. But someone got to learn this. Because here's the thing. You want to know what your fancy 401ks and your 403bs and your 457 mean to a guy like me? All it tells me is where you work. All it tells me is where you work. If you have a 401k, I know you have a traditional job. If you have a 403b, I know you work in a hospital or you're a teacher. If you have a 457, I know you work for the state or the government. You never look at it like that before, have you? See, guys, that's all it is to me. That's all it means to me. Nothing else. They're all the same thing. They all came off the stem of the 401k. So here's something I want you guys to, I want to read this for you guys because I want you guys to hear this. Guys, listen to this. In your Saving the Future book on page 69, it tells you what a defined contribution plan is. It says, these defined contribution plan, they're called defined contribution plan because you know what you put in, but you won't know what you may get when you retire due to the market fluctuation. Defined contribution knows that you know exactly what you put in it, but you don't know what you will definitely get back from it because it's based upon the market's performance, the market's fluctuation. Why do you think a defined benefit plan was the best thing for Americans? Because you know what's your defined benefit. Your benefit, words, pay attention to word, benefits. You know what you will be there to benefit you. Because all you got to do is based upon the amount of years that you work and the salary level. You know exactly what you're going to get when you retire. How many of you on this call right now been participating in your 401k plan? Do you know what exactly, can you guarantee exactly what you're going to get when you retire? How many of you, hit yes or no? How many of you on this call can guarantee that whatever you have in your money today, you're going to have it at the time when you retire? Can you guarantee me that? Or can you guarantee yourself that? But with a pension, you could have. With a pension, you could have. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid, guys. You got to stop drinking the Kool-Aid. It says here, I want to read this to you guys, and then I'm going to open up the call. It says here, the passive employee, although 401ks and defined contribution plans are very popular, the lack of understanding is still a major problem. Many employees are passive participants. They contribute to their plan because people around them do so. It says here, few get involved enough to take the time to understand and monitor their plans. According to the recent AARP survey, it says that 71% of people with a 401k didn't know they were paying fees for their retirement account. These fees can reduce their 401k balance by up to 30%. 30%. On top of that, without understanding the different investment options of the plan, they may pick the one that doesn't meet their risk tolerance and objectives. There are so many people who end up with poor results. Remember what I told you what the word poor means? You pass over opportunities repeatedly to learn or earn. So you get poor results and their retirement needs are not met. Here's another thing. Do you know why a defined contribution plan is set up for you to not so win? Think about this. It says this right here, guys, and I want you guys to listen to this. That's why I'm taking my time this morning. It says that you are responsible for the investment of your money by choosing investment options in the plan. Every time I read that, it pisses me off. It really do. I'm sorry, guys. This really upsets me doing this section today. Because how many of us know anything about investments? How many of us taught what company to invest our money in? How many of us know what mutual funds to choose? But yet still, they say that it's our responsibility for the investment of our money by choosing the investment options in the plan. Contribution limits are set every year to adjust to the high cost of living. You know why they tell you that you should choose it? You want to know why? It's because every time when the market does crash, or it's not crash, it's called a correction. So every time when the market corrects itself, they can always point the finger back at you and say, you chose that. You picked that. It's your choice. It's not right. And if you don't stop drinking the Kool-Aid, I tell you, remember what I always said? If you understand taxes, you will know where to put your money. Stop trying to learn products. Learn concepts. Stop trying to learn products. Learn the concepts. Learn the rules. Just like I tell people, don't sit here and protest. Learn the laws. Change the laws. The things will stop happening. You can't change nothing with a protest. Just like you can't change nothing by understanding the product. The only time change comes is within. So what you got to do, you got to learn the rules and the concepts. And they're not hard. How many of you today now learned a little bit about some rules and concepts? Right? That's how simple finance is, guys. Listen to me. I never went to college. I never went to college for finance. I didn't know nothing about no finance. I was 23 years old, turning 24 in 2013. I've only been in this industry since then. If I could do it, you can too. It didn't take me 7 years to learn what I'm telling you. It took me 90 days. 90 days. And our program have it where you can learn it in 7. In today's day, what took me 90 days, you guys could learn this in 7. And you could continue to learn it. Repetition to master it. But at least you could learn it in 7 days. Right? Come to the workshops. Don't miss the workshops. This thing is real. This movement is real. This movement is real. There's no catch. There's no carrot dangling over your head. This is real. Because what I talked about this morning was some real things that you guys are dealing with today. So if you'd like to ask a question or give a feedback or anything today, go to the participant section. Hit that yes button. I want to hear from you this morning. I want to hear how you feel about all of this. And before I open up the call, I want to give you guys one more thing. One more thing. I almost forgot. If you really care about your 401ks, if you really care about your friends, your families, I'm going to show you a video on YouTube that you must watch. And I'm going to show you how to find it. All you got to do is go to youtube.com, search YouTube. Once you go to youtube.com, I want you to go into the search engine where it says search. And I want you to type in this word, PBS. PBS. Then you type in 401k. Press search. Once you hit search, there's a video. And the name of the video is called PBS Frontline 2013, The Retirement Gamble. It's about 55 minutes, 45 seconds. If you care about yourself, if you're using these vehicles, and you care about the people that's around you that's using these vehicles, I highly suggest you watch this video. Don't just watch it one time, watch it multiple times until you understand it. And once you learn this truth, you will thank me for today's Money Talk. You will thank me. As a matter of fact, you're going to thank the person that invited you to Money Talk. As a matter of fact, you're going to thank the person that introduced you to join World System Builder. You're going to thank them. Because what you just learned is some hardcore truth. Something that you should have known, right? So let me open up the call. So like I said, if you'd like to share, please go to the participant section, press the yes button, and I will call on you, right? And allow you to share, right? In order. I think my baby, you have something to say? Mm-hmm.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I just wanted to say that, before joining World System Builder, I thought my 401k was, everything I needed to prepare for retirement. I was like, yeah, I'm going to start my 401k at 25. That's my birthday gift to myself. I'm doing something great. But now I am, realizing that there's a lot more information that I need to learn about finance, and then I have to pay attention to the words, as Keyon said, pay attention to exactly, what the words are saying and what they mean, and definitely understand what it is that you have in place, and making sure that, I'm going to be ready for retirement when that time comes. So I definitely, I really enjoyed this Money Talk because it hit home for me. And just learning about these topics definitely opens my eyes and makes me realize that, you're the one that cares more about your retirement and your financial well-being. So you can't depend on others to secure that for you. And that's why I really appreciate what World System Builder is doing in educating us so that we can empower ourselves and take our financial future into our own hands. So that's what I wanted to share with y'all today. And I hope you enjoy this Money Talk as much as I did.
All right. Fine. We have Miss Victoria Gordon next. Good morning, Miss Victoria.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. A blessed, wonderful morning. I enjoyed that talk. Of course, I learned early on about I have a 403B. I lost money a few times. And joined just because it was something everybody was doing. They were saying, "Oh, you pay taxes later," not really fully understand the full ramification of how I was going to be taxed. But anyway, since I am at retirement age, the pension I want to talk about, because I've been for a couple of years a little annoyed with our pension, because the pension that I have, it was based on the union that I was in, and this pension has been in the red in Washington, D.C. for over, I don't know, let me say for about 10 or 15 years, but it was a part of the package and you don't get much. So I would like to, if you can, get some more information about pensions. Our pension is lousy. So that's all I wanted to say. So I hope you new generation will really take consideration of what we heard today, especially knowing how your money is being taxed, so you know how to invest wisely. Thank you again, Keyon.
Mm-hmm. And you're absolutely right about the pension. If it's underfunded, undermanaged, it too could, because once again, you don't own your pension. It's either your job or the government that owns it. But they kind of have to guarantee you that money. But yes,
Yep,
can it be
government.
underfunded? It can, right?
I
It
was
can be.
disappointed. When I got mine, I was very disappointed. I was like, this is it? Not even $1,000? I mean, what?
Yeah.
But you know, they guarantee you this when you're part of the union. You're going to get a pension. By the time you're 65, you can get full pension. And it's been in the red for the longest. And that's been a big fight of mine with the union. Either find a better union, get us a better pension, because what I don't understand, whatever Washington is saying, the government, why our pension is still in the red, I have no idea.
You know what I say? It's better than thinking that the 401k it's kind of better. At least you know you're gonna get that for the life, right? You know, all jokes aside though, that's what I tell people, become your own money manager. Become your own money manager. Don't depend on nobody. You can't. You can't depend on nobody but yourself. Nobody loves you like you love yourself. And that's why it's important for every last one of us to learn how money works. So that way we can let the money work for us. Right?
I just want to share one more thing about the pension. Now, I know people that may work a regular traditional job or maybe at plants or whatever, their pension may be a little bit better than what we have. But it's hilarious because, you get it. You can get full pension at 65. And I think what's hilarious is then if you wanted, I know what I was going to say. It took me, oh my God, it takes 60 days to first make sure everything is in line. You got to fill out so much paperwork. It was ridiculous for the little bit of money we get. Like when I say little bit, under $1,000, depends on how long you were working to receive your pension. They want your life history. Then after that, then you got to wait another 60 days to be approved. I'm telling you, I felt like I was jumping through loops. I had to get all kinds of paperwork. It was ridiculous. And I was like, really, you already have all this. You have to prove so much stuff. I'm just telling you guys ahead of time with the pension that my union was affiliated with, which was governmental. And I was like, oh my God, if I could just school people ahead of time. And that's one of the things I'm going to try and look more into, the philosophy of this pension and why do we have to fill out so much paperwork. And it took me 60 days to do, but it was 60 days before approval. Then they send you another paper. Then it was 90 days and it takes 60 days. So you need to start that pension paperwork with the agency I work for and the union that the pension was a part of. It took over 90 days. So you need to start that process before you turn 65, like a, a whole, almost a year ahead. Because by
Wow.
the time they approve you to get your pension, your money,
Mm.
they don't have problem taking your money, but to get your money when it's time to get that full pension, they have you jumping through loops. And I literally mean that. And as a divorcee, they wanted my divorce papers. I said I wasn't even married when I joined this union, but they still wanted, because they want to make sure nobody will have access to your money for whatever reason. If anybody wanted to protest, I don't know. But I'm telling you, it took almost a year for me to get my money at 65, full pension. That's all I wanted to say.
Wow. You're, isn't that crazy? That's why I love money talk, man. Where else are you gonna learn this? Right? I think we have Miss Beverly, and we have Madeline, we have Sean. So Miss Beverly.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Keyon. And all you know, I am so enjoying these money talks every morning. And I just wanted to say a couple things about the 401k. The 401k, you know, I have to always play devil's advocate with that one. You have to be able to use it while you're young and use it to. I am one of those ones who will say borrow against your own money and pay your own interest back to yourself if you're buying like a car or something instead of paying a finance company. However, you know, I don't say put all your money into that basket, because yes, they do charge you for borrowing your own money. They do charge you a monthly fee. You have to know all this stuff. You have to read the small writing. And Vicki, I'm so sorry you had so much trouble getting your pension plan, but you are absolutely right. After you think, hey, I get a pension plan, yay. I worked for a company for over 20 years, and I left that company knowing that I would get a pension plan. My pension plan I was able to get it when I was 55, but chose not to. The older you are, the more you get. But then when I realized that if I wait, I have to wait till I'm 66 to actually ask for $500. I was like, whoa, I worked there for 20 something years for $500. So don't put your money all into a pension plan either. And that's when I decided to get whatever they were going to give me at the age of 58. So I started getting my pension plan in January of this year, and I just bank it for, you know, right now I haven't decided exactly where I was going, what I was going to do with that money once it accumulated for a year. But I say that to say you got to have multiple streams of income. And this money talk tells us that every time, you know, learn all you can learn. Use your investments wisely, have everything you need in place for you and your children, especially leave a legacy. Like you said, leave a legacy, because right now at my age, I can only think about leaving a legacy, something for my children to grasp on. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys for listening, and have a great day.
Thank you for that share, Miss Beverly. Yeah, it's I'm telling you, if we was to ask people to give more testimonies about their 401k experience, I guarantee a lot more people will not do it. I guarantee it. And there's a lot of kids growing up thinking that that's the thing. Just like many of us thought the pension was the thing. But the thing which was the thing was never popularized.
I think
Right?
we were never taught, Keon. That's the thing. You know, we as a people, we're not taught enough to understand, because like everyone, join the 401k, it's a good thing, blah, blah, blah. Then when they hit you with the 1-2 punch and take all your money, you'd be like, what the heck? They're not only taking the company's money, they're taking your money. And I'm going to revert back to taking a loan for like purchases of a vehicle or something like that. There's also another thing that you should know: when you invest in a 401k and you get the company match, they're not giving you, if you want to even borrow the money, they're not letting you borrow their money, their match money. There's a cap. They're only letting you borrow your own money. So always think of it's basically a savings. So I want people to think of it in that terms, because it's really not any beneficial. I don't know. It's not beneficial to you while somebody else is playing with your money. I mean, the only way you can benefit from it is to use it like a savings plan, because what you invest, your percentage, is all that you really are entitled to when you try to get a loan or what have you. It's only until you retire you might get that company match. And what will that be? That's the question. You just don't know.
Uncertainty. Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. I'm telling you, this has always been one of my hardest subjects to really go over, because it really hit home, because this is real life things that's happening to everybody. You know, and this is no joke, guys. This is no joke. It's really no joke. Madeline, I'm not sure if Madeline, you were trying to share, and then we have Sean.
You can go ahead and take Sean. I think that was from the previous guest. But good morning, everybody. Thank you for the training, Keyon.
You're very welcome. You're more than welcome. More than welcome. Sean? Oh, it's probably a previous yes.
Oh, I heard you something about it. So if you want to do
Huh?
Hello.
We can hear you, Sean. What's going on?
Oh, you guys can hear me?
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Yep, we can hear you.
All right, cool. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, man, awesome stuff, man. I'm young, so I currently don't have like any of those things in place. But since meeting Keyon, I've learned that one of the best places to put money away for retirement is definitely an IUL. So that's definitely what I'm going to start doing. Do you agree, Keyon?
I personally think so. I agree with you. And I always said,
Yeah,
I haven't seen nothing yet that could come next to it. And it depends on your age.
Right.
Like me, I'm a young guy.
Right.
I can't do no 401k.
Right. And yeah, so I'm 23, I'm a business owner, so it's like that's the best option for me. So that's definitely the plan. And I might even throw a policy on one of my parents.
Absolutely, while they're young.
Yeah, because that could help to take care of them when they get older, Instead of you having to come out of your pocket to look after them, you can just use the cash reserves and the policy that you built up over time. They'll also have a death benefit and, everything else that's included. But, yeah, awesome stuff.
You're very welcome, man. And guys, I hope you guys caught that one, because that's something that I was talking to Sean about, and that's some whole nother level stuff that he was talking about, the fact that, and I hope you guys, for the folks that are on that have parents, you could have leveraged, if you're in a position where you can get on your parents, you could create your own parents' retirement plan for them. So that way, you know, later on, they're not going to be working. You know, later on, they're going to ask you for help. You know, later on, you may be in a position where you have to help them. To kind of plan on them from then. And then if that money build up over the years, when they're able to use their Social Security, their pension, and when they ever run dry, you can just say, hey, Ma, you know that life insurance I took out on you? It has some cash value in it. Give them access to the money and help them. So, yeah, you know, it's just little things. That's why I tell people, man, you look at life insurance like a death thing. I look at life insurance about I want to live thing. I'm trying to live. I don't talk about dying with life insurance. Let's talk about when we live. If we die, okay, cool. They get the death benefit and the cash value. But if we live, what's the living benefits? I pay attention to the living benefits more than the death. When I die, I don't know what happened to me after that. But I know if I live, what I want.
Yes, I wish somebody had taught that to me years ago.
Yeah. These are things that we could correct for the next generation. I'm telling you, I'm so excited for my kids. Like, I really know for a fact that, you know, my kids, their generation, it's like, I hope to God I live to see it, to see this generational curse been fixed. And I hope Money Talk does that for you and your family, where it triggers something.
Amen.
Yes.
Right? So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody. I know we went a little longer, but like I said, this subject is really, really, really a tough one. But you know what? We're going to do some amazing, amazing things. And we will do great things with this Money Talk movement. And I'm glad that at least this segment was recorded. And we'll have it for you guys to, you know, always replay back to. And thank you guys for being a part of Money Talk and supporting the movement, because you guys is Money Talk. We are Money Talk. And we are the new generation, the leader of the new worlds. Right? And we're going to take this information and empower not only ourselves, but our family. And yes, we got to be patient too. We got to be very patient with people, because it's something new to them. They never heard this before.
Yes.
We got to be very patient with them, you know, and we just
skeptical.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's right.
You know, like Harriet Tubman said it best. She could have freed a lot more slaves if they only know they were slaves.
Yeah, they were slaves. That's what she said.
All right. So we're going to have to be very patient with those that don't understand, and be patient with those who are willing to listen as well. All right. And we could help. We could help them a lot. It starts with just, hey, listen to this video. Hey, listen to this audio. Right? Spoon feed them. I say, this is what the Money Talks about. And then invite them to the workshop. Hey, this is what the workshop about. Invite them to the education sessions, which takes place every Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, 10 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. in the evening. So 4 days a week, 3 different time slots. All right. So with that, thank you guys. Appreciate you all. And it's the same link. The same link that you use for Money Talk is the same link for every one of our education sessions that we do. All right. So with that said, let's all wish out on the count of 3. All right. 1, 2, 3. Let's whoosh, guys. Whoosh. World team, one team, one dream, one system, one cause.
Woo. Thank you, Keyon. Everybody have a blessed day.
Have a blessed day, everybody. You guys are welcome.
Thank you. God bless.
God bless.